I have just started array. Int a equal to okay. So you can store duplicates value also, guys. So no issue. It will accept. A then right. How to print all the value? So guys, if you have a multiple value, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So you guys can use loop concept. Okay. So I'll just use for loop int I equal to 0.
0 I less than or equal to a dot length I plus plus.
Okay. So can just print like system dot out dot ln
A of I
of I a of I. Okay.
yeah
Length the spelling is incorrect. NGTH. Is it correct or incorrect? Okay. Who will explain this code for all execution? Hmm. I need compiler and JVM how they have executed. We have executed right, but how JVM and compiler executed this code? What happened in your how it will works?
But
Okay,
I equals to 0 to yeah 0 it will be.
it's a typo mistake, I think. One second, let me correct it. And this is also working, but okay, same output is coming. Leave it that part. Okay. So this line you guys already know what happened. Object created, and this one also you already know what happened. So we have a 0 to index 0,
position
1 in you can say the index, okay, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Default value is replaced with 1, 1, 4,
9
9, and 10. Okay.
10.
So here if you will print one by one, you have to write many lines system.out.println. If you have 100 or if you have a 200 or if you have a 500, so if you have a multiple element, if we are performing this, that's why we have a loop concept. Okay. So how the for loops will work? So you can see the initial phase, we are initializing this where it is starting from. So starting from 0 index. So that's why I defined 0. I. Okay. So I value is 0. A dot length means A is your reference variable and dot length is your variable. So it will find the size of array. Size of array is 5.
Right.
And we have an increment and decrement. So first iteration, what happened? It will we have done initialization, then it is going to check the condition. This is the first iteration. Okay. Then you can see this condition is true. Then it will display a of 0. Okay. And the a of 0 is 1. This this job is done for initialization. Then again it will go and it will I will be become 1. Condition is true. Again a of 1 will display. Like that we have a 1. Then we have a again 2. Okay. Again we have a 3. Again we have a 4. So it will go till 4. In the fifth, this condition will false because this condition will false, then it will come out to the loop. This is simple thing we have to understand. Okay, so let me erase this. Okay, so this is the one way you can define an array. Okay, you can define array, you can just store value uh, directly. Okay, so like you can 1 2 8. Okay, just commenting this. Okay, and you can see now same thing, it will iterate this internally. It is working like how we have designed like previously about how I have explained, but the syntax is different. So if you want to store directly, you can also store like this. We have an anonymous array also, I will discuss regarding this. Okay, that is fine. But the problem with an array is, okay, if you will, someone is trying to add more value here, but size is fixed, right? So developer had defined this size, um, 20. Okay, developer also defined the size, you can say more than that. Okay, so you can see what will happen if we will compile this code. Compile fine, but if we will execute this, you can see we'll get java.lang.array index auto bond exception. Okay, so index 5 auto bond for length. Okay, so this is the size problem, and we have a type problem also. Someone is trying to add another data types if you have defined this. So this is also one of the problem. This problem we are able to solve by the object type of an array. I will show you. If you want, you can type it, but we have some issue with array plus it will not work. When you have Eclipse, you will guys execute this. Understood, right? So this is the basics of an array. We'll explore this. So let me open my notes once. Mm, Second, fundamental. If you know the basics, you guys can. I'll show you some website where you guys can do the practice for coding. Okay, and step by steps, you guys can start to implement logical programming as well. An array is an index collection of fixed number of homogeneous data element. The main advantage of an array is we can represent a multiple value using the single variable so that readability understanding of the code will be improved. The main disadvantage of an array is fixed in size. Once we create an array with some size, then there is no chance of increasing or decreasing the size based on our requirement. Hence, to use array concept compulsory, we should know the size in advance, which is not possible always, right? So because of this, we have a collection. Okay. So we have a collection. I will explain you collection in the coming session. Okay. Uh, I told you, right, the type problem we are able to solve using the object class of an array. This code, if you have Eclipse, you guys can execute one problem with an edit plus. Sometimes the object class is not working in edit plus. Okay. So I'll just go for high level. What is object? So object is a supermost class in the Java, or you can say this is the root class in the Java, which is available in java.lang package only. Let me show you guys. So you have a clarity. Object class is available in java.lang package. This is the predefined class, but we have some features of the object class. We'll discuss later. We have a separate topic for the object class. You can see this is the class, and if you will see the class is the root of class hierarchy. Every class has a superclass, all the object including array elements on that. Okay. So if you are defining any other classes, it is a predefined or user defined. Always object class is your supermost class in the Java. Okay, so I will discuss. Suppose you have defined this class, right? So by default object class will be there. Okay, if my Eclipse, remember this point guys, I will, this is, this will repeat, this topic will repeat object class. Okay, and this is also one of the most important topic. I want to show something. Once it will open, I will show you. So if you are not defining this object class, by default it is there. Okay, because of inheritance. Oh, shit. Okay, so then many of them are beginner. If you don't know, just you can understand like this. When you define any class, by default this class is there. So extend keyword, in Java we have extend keyword where we perform inheritance concept. What is inheritance? We are providing relationship between one class to another class. What do you meaning of relationship between one class to another class? All the properties and behavior. What is the properties and behavior? All the static and non-static member. What is the static and non-static member? Variable, methods, whatever there inside this object class, you can directly access in this class. That is what we have an inheritance concept. Okay, so when you can see now, sorry, you can see guys now here we have a some important method like get class, hash code. So this is what by default it is there in your class. You guys can tell me what is the use. So I will tell you the use in the, we can see guys here also I'm using this object class. Okay, so if I will tell you the use in your when I will teach you the object class. Let me show you Java practice. Mm, go for any class. Okay, here actually this is the same code we have here. Even I will execute and I will show you. uh, we already find this code, but I want to show you something. If I'll show you too many classes now, you will get confused. Okay, so I'll create one class. Okay, I'm just explaining this all the things you have a clarity. Okay, if someone will ask you the cross question, you guys are able to answer it. Okay, I just created one class. Okay, now just I want to show you. I have written the object test. This is not object class. This is my class. I'll just show you. O equal to, forget about what I am writing, but you guys can see here dot. Okay, this all the methods are by default there in this class. How? Because object class is already inherit or already there, because object class is the root class. And now we can say, can you explain this all the methods? I will explain you in the object class topic. Okay, we have a separate topic. Understood, right? So this is the root class in the Java, but use case I will tell you. The one use case, you can store any types of the data. Where I have opened that one. Yeah, this one. Okay, you can see guys, this is your object type of an array. So you can create class type of an array like a primitive type and reference type. Okay, so you guys can see here I have store the employee, I have a store the line, I have a store integer, I have a store different types. This will work. Okay, so type problem we are able to resolve using the object class. And you can see what is the default value of object? Null. So which is, I just added limited thing, and these are the reference because this is the object. I will discuss you later this all the things, you will get a clarity. But I did not added all this value. Then what is the null? Because object value, default value is the null. Like integer, we have a default value is 0. But object default value is null. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 4 element I have added. Other element is, I did not add this, you can see now. But I define the size is 10. Okay. So just I explain you high level, the object class, type problem we are able to solve it, but the size problem, we don't have any predefined method inside this an array. These are the problem is there, so that's why we have a collection framework. So how to declare an array, guys? So this is how you can declare. If you giving the space and all, it will work. If you will define your variable also,
Hello,
yes.
sir. Could you please repeat that the uh, issue in the array? That's why we introduced collection.
Huh. I have shown you, right? This discharging. So you can see now this example, right? So when I exceeded this one more size, right? So it's throwing runtime exception, correct, right? When you are defining the
Yes, sir.
different types, we are getting the error. Okay, but this problem we are able to solve. Okay, we are able to solve type of problem. I have shown you right in the Eclipse code. It's working fine. I'm adding the different type working fine. This is also fine. But the problem is array is not flexible. Okay, so you have defined here 100. Tomorrow the requirement will change. Okay, suppose we have a 500. Then they have to change all the logic. Understood, right? This is the big problem
Yes,
in
sir.
an array. If I will ask you, can you write the code to sort all the product? Okay, you have to write the customized logic in array. But in the collection, we have a predefined classes methods are there. Okay, so because of collection is a small database, you can store n number of object as per your requirement. We have a different types of the flavor of collection: list, set, and map. I will discuss you details, and again I will discuss you issue with an array. Okay, now
Okay,
you
sir.
understand high level, right? The issue with an array.
Yes, sir.
In collection, I will show
Yes.
you the predefined. When I will show you the collection framework, right, then you will get clarity, the advantage of collection. Okay. Uh, that multiple tab is open. Okay, so guys, this is how you can define the array. You can define the variable also here. One second, this is charging, right? It's not charging. I was wondering, did I have a multiple charges? I because okay guys, so what is this open? Let me close. Okay, fine. Now this is fine. Okay, so let me. You guys can just type it one time and check how it is working or not. Apart from that, if you will give any syntax, we will get compile time error. Okay, at the time of array declaration, we cannot specify the size. So here you cannot define the size, guys. You will get compile time error. We have a 2D array, we have a 3D array. 3D array, I don't have any use case and will not also discuss, but 2D array, you will get use case in Selenium also. Okay, this is 2D array. I will also explain you how the 2D array will work. Just this is the syntax of 2D array. You can see. So one more thing, guys, I just want to highlight. This is always the variable is one, means only one variable is there. Okay, while declaring it is a 1D or 2D or 3D, it doesn't matter. It's a single variable. And you can see some spaces are there. Okay, you can see some spaces. This variable I defined here, it will work. You will not get any compile time error. Okay, the same thing with the 3D, like I told you, right? So if you are declaring 1D, 2D, and 3D, so we have a multiple reference. Okay, so only I could see only one variable is allowed. Okay, array creation, how to create an array. So every array in Java is an object, and hence we can create an array using the new operator. So this is how you can define an array. What is object?
Object is an instance of the class, or it's a super parent class of all the classes in Java.
No, no, no. Don't don't confuse this. I ask you what is object, not object class.
Okay.
Don't confuse, guys. Object is a class, predefined class. An object is a different concept. Okay. And I define you the object. What is object? That non-technical language, living and non-living thing. With respect to the Java, we have defined the object using the class name. But here you can see now, I mentioned here every array in Java is an object. And hence we can create array by using new operator. One, what is object and why we use object? As a project requirement where you can use object.
Everything, means it's non-technical in everything is an object. Like
Hmm.
a car is object, bus is object, like that. And in technically wise,
Hmm.
object is created in a class to define the requirement. But through object we define the requirement we need, means to access all the means the in class the thing which we need to access. By the help of object we access it.
What you will access?
Means data, the method which we want
Which
to
type of the data? Which type of the data?
like the means all type of data we can access by
What
using
is
object.
what is
Static, non-static data, like
what is a static and non-static member in Java?
Yeah, static means the memory is allocated while creating that object, and non-static is means
Okay,
by
one question.
by
Just one.
object only we
Okay,
will
wait. One question. I did not
okay.
create an object. Can we access a
Okay.
static member or not?
Yes,
I did not create. Hmm.
without creating an object, we directly can access the static member.
But
But
here,
in non-static,
yeah, here we should not require any object, right?
where
Correct, right?
yeah,
So can you
where,
correct yourself? Can you correct yourself? In which case must we create an object to access the data?
Non-static data.
non-static and also class reference of to access the class we create reference object.
Hope you are understanding. You have to give the
And
exact answers. Correct?
yeah.
Okay.
During static, we don't need to create object. We can access it directly, but in non-static and for class variable access, we need object.
Okay. First, you can clarify what is a static and what is non-static. Sorry, what is a static member and what is non-static member as a developer, where you can use static and non-static.
Static is created during the class, and non-static is created. Means for static, we need use static keyword,
Hmm. No, I'm
and
asking
for
why. I'm not asking what. I'm asking where you can implement a static member and where you can implement non-static member.
in the where we can in the class itself we can use static member.
No, you can use non-static also, right?
Yeah.
Where, but in as a project, right, where you can implement static member and where you can implement non-static member.
During class creation, we use static member.
During the class, you can use a static and non-static also. But as a
Okay.
project requirement, where you can implement a static, where you can implement non-static. So guys, if you understand what is a static and non-static, then you can understand what is object. I'll create one more link. Hope you guys are okay, right? We'll extend some classes. Are you okay? Are you guys okay?
Sir, you did not tell us what is static, what is non-static.
No. I'm asking to her because she's repeating my batch. Okay. I will tell
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I will tell you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Just I asked this question before explaining. Then you can understand, na? You don't know the problem. Then I'm just directly giving you this is the solution. Then this is not understandable. Okay. So I'm just
Actually, the
highlighting.
object is created when
Mhm.
the new keyword is used for initiating
I'm
the
not.
class.
I'm not asking. I'm not asking where the object will be. How to object. I'm asking the use case of a static member and non-static member.
I don't know,
Or
I guess, sir.
okay, no problem. If you don't know, no problem. Okay. So no problem. I will explain you. I'm asking you guys. I will extend this class. Okay. I will share one more link once it will expire. Are you guys okay, right?
Yeah. Means today
Yes,
only
sir.
we'll extend.
Today only. Today only. Okay.
Okay.
So I have some free time today. Okay. So that's why even
Again,
yesterday.
the question I want to know. Actually, I'm confused now.
No, nothing. You have to tell.
Means I means question I want to know again.
I'm asking, suppose you have a static variable and you have a non-static variable. As a developer or as a automation test engineer, where you can define a static variable, where you can define non-static variable. This is my question.
For non-static variable, we need to create an object, but in static, means before public static void main, we can
You are
use the
saying how,
static.
no, you are saying how to access. I'm asking where you can define as a project requirement, where you must define the static and where you have to define the non-static. I'm not asking
Means
for.
if we'll access all,
Hmm,
means everywhere, there we need to give static. Means
Okay,
in so many, and
I'll
for non, yeah.
okay, I'll explain you. Don't worry. So guys, I am sitting in one hall and everyone is sitting in one hall. Okay, understood, right? And suddenly, I can say, uh, AC is not working. Means AC is not working. You guys can tell me how much means who will impact it? If AC will not work, who will impact it? Means AC is not working for those halls, and we have a many members. So is it impacted only one people or all the people?
All
All.
people.
All
This
It
is
will
people.
impact
this is
all the people.
this is what we have a static. Okay, so static means we have a single copy of memory. Okay, a static
Okay.
means we are not going to create any external memory because JVM is already provide the memory. But you have to be careful when you are using the static. If you will do any changes, then it will impact. Suppose you have defined one variable And again, you are reassigning this variable, so it will impact for the previous one. Okay, some of the requirement is there. The data is static, cannot be changed. Understood, right? Then we should go for a static member. So now we have a specific room for a specific person, and one AC is not working. Who will impact? All people or only a specific people will impact?
Only the specific person.
Specific.
That is what we
Specific
have.
person.
That is what we have an object. Okay, for every room we have a specific object. So now I have a requirement to create a specific copy of memory. Okay, for one object, suppose we have a one employee. One employee have a one object. If I will define as a static, then what will happen? All the employee will be impacted. No, this is not a requirement. I want to provide specific copy of memory for a specific employee. Then here we can define non-static because I can create a specific copy of one employee. Now you guys are clear, right? Static and non-static requirement. Okay. Did you understand or not? General term. I'm not talking about of technical. Technical I will come.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So guys, when you will work in the real time, so we follow some design pattern. So where we have to define non-static, so we have to define non-static. If I have a requirement to define a static, we can define it. But this is the basics understanding of a static and non-static. If someone will try to ask you the static and non-static, then you can give this example in real time. Like you have to define some URL of the data or many data is there. It depend upon the design of the pattern, how you are designing the test cases, your automation. Totally. I will show you one project. I'm defining only a static because I'm using only all the static thing. Okay, I'll show you. Then when I'll discuss one framework where we are also defining non-static and we are providing some specific copy of data. Okay. And now you guys can read. Every array in Java is an object. So what you understand? And hence we can create an array by using a new operator. That is what we have a specific copy, right? A specific copy of one memory is created and where it will store. Okay. So for object, right, how to create an object. So first of all you have to understand how to why object, right? And now how to create an object. Class name reference variable equal to new class name. This is the creation of object creation, but we will explore in the coming session. So are you guys seeing this is the similar of this syntax? So now you can see, now I'm just defining the simple object here. So what is the class name here? Array test. Reference
Yes.
variable you can define anything. T new keyword array test. This is the simple object and this is your array object. If you do not understand this, the next topic you will not understand. That's why I highlighted this. Okay. The now I will also show you the use case and all. Don't worry. Okay. Now you know where we can implement and how to create. And now the diagram is same, guys. So what happened? This is your new keyword. So new keyword will create an object and you can see this is the simple object. Default value is now null. So we have another part of an object. Okay, this new keyword will create an object and this class dot parenthesis in Java it is called constructor. I will explain you in the coming session. You can see part by part everything we have a concept in the Java what you are writing. That's why the people are confused in Java. Okay, so new keyword means it will create an object and this part is called, you can see I define the class name and this parenthesis, but this class name and this parenthesis is also called constructor. The job of the constructor is it will initialize an object. Creation is a different thing, initialization is a different thing. This is the syntax. If you will miss new keyword it won't be work. I'll share guys one more link. Okay, we'll join there. Okay, this will disconnect. Okay, I'll share one more link.